Virtual reality headsets, the trend of the last years. So we developed from black and white TVs to color TVs, cinemas, home cinemas, and at the end we just ended up with those big and bulky headsets on our face. Now, of course, virtual reality headsets are nice, but sometimes people just want to have a big screen in a smaller form factor than this for work, for operating drones, or simply enjoying multimedia or playing games. And this is where Goovis comes into the game. And they have released something like this. Now, even though this may look funny with the cap, it's actually a really sophisticated and cool product. So let me introduce to you the Goovis Art. The Goovis Art looks more like a fancy military night vision, but this here is actually a head-mounted display, also called HMD. You probably read HMD somewhere already, and it is exactly what the name suggests. It's basically a display mounted on your head. But what is the company Goovis actually? Now, Goovis has more than 10 years of experience in head-mounted displays, and they put a lot of effort into R&D. But they also have a lot of certifications, TÜV Rheinland certifications, and much more. So they're really industry leading. And also those devices are being used not only for entertainment purposes, they're also used, for instance, for doctors who can do surgeries with those devices. But now I would say, let's have a closer look at the headset, what accessories are included and what you can do with it.
Now guys, let me show you the Goovis Art in a quick hands-on. So here you can see the device and you can see here all the accessories that are available. But Goovis offers different bundles on the website, so make sure to check what is included in each of the bundles. Now first of all, let's get started with the product. So this here is the Goovis Art, and first of all here you have a hinge, so you can flip it up and then you can see everything, and then you can flip it down to have the screen. Now something that is really important is that this hinge here is tight and well built, and it looks really good. Now I opened this many times, you can adjust it in any position, it will not change the position or flip down or whatever. So the hinge looks very good. Now next to the lenses there is also a sensor, so the displays will actually switch off if your face is not in front. So with this sensor, if you put a tape on it, you can actually see through. Now cleaning the lenses is also super easy. You just take the cloth that is also included and you just wipe it. So it's much easier than, for instance, on VR headsets where the lenses are somewhere in the device. Now also here you have a kind of headband which you can attach. Now this is magnetic, this is pretty cool, so in order to change it you just drop it in there. Now the headband is also really soft with some kind of foam or memory foam inside, and it feels very comfy wearing it. So I was wearing it already for 3 hours and it felt really good. Now there are also speakers. The speakers, as you can see, they are here and here. Now if you keep it on maximum volume, well, some people around can hear definitely what's going on, but if you keep it on a lower volume, actually the people around will not really notice. So here is a Type-C port, but this is actually not used for operation. I guess it is probably for updating the product or some kind of things. And here we have the Type-C port, that is the actual port which transfers your image signal and also the power to the headset. Now the headset doesn't have an internal battery, it gets the power over the Type-C. That's why it's also kind of lightweight. You also have an earphone connector right over here, 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can plug in any headphones you want to if you don't want to use the integrated speakers. Now let's have a look at the buttons. First of all, here's a 2D, 3D switch. So if you press that, it will switch to 3D, but you need to feed it with a proper 3D input. Otherwise, the 2D image is just distorted and cut, so it cannot really make 2D into 3D, but if you feed it with 3D content, you can enjoy some really amazing 3D. Then here you can adjust the brightness down and up. Here on the left side, there is also a lock, so you can lock it and unlock it. And here you have the volume controls to increase and decrease the volume. Then here we have the diopter settings, so you don't need your glasses if you're in the range of 0 to -3.5, and the same goes here for the other eye, 0 to -3.5. But the cool thing about this headset is that you can actually wear your glasses and use it. There's plenty of distance to your head, so you can just use your normal prescription glasses. Also, what many HMDs don't have is IPD adjustments. So here, if you just slide this out, you can adjust the IPD because you can basically adjust the difference here between your eyes, so between the pupils, which is really important to get the best image possible. There's a status LED, and yeah, that's basically the whole product. Now the strap itself, it is super easy to use, so let me show you how that looks like. Now in order to remove the strap, all you do is just you loosen this and you take it out. The same also here on the other side, just like this, take it out and there you go. Now, if you want to have a different headband for more comfort, there's also the zero pressure headband, the Elite headband it's called. Now this is also an upgrade on many VR headsets which you have to usually buy extra, and let's check it out. So it comes here with a soft memory foam, and the good thing is you can adjust here the strength on how strong it basically pushes against your head. So this is super comfortable, and all you have to do is just put it in here like this on the lashes. And there you go, the Elite head strap is attached, and then you can put it on your head and you can adjust the pressure to your head. And honestly, this is the most comfortable head strap. Goovis is also supplying those anti-slip strips, which you can basically attach in here instead of those foam pieces. So if you just feel like this is sliding a little bit or it's slipping up and down, then you can exchange it easily for those strips here. But guys, there's also another thing, and honestly, I think it's the most comfy one, but it maybe looks a little bit weird, and this is the Goovis cap. Never seen something like this, but it's perforated, as you can see. It's breathable, you don't sweat, it fits perfectly, it supports your head. It looks maybe a little bit funny, but honestly guys, I think it's the most comfy one. So you just put your headset through here, then you attach it in here, and the straps, they just go all the way here to the back, and then it's attached. So it will look like this, and in there you have your headset. Now in public, probably it looks a little bit more like just wearing a cap, but I think this one is really cool. So now comes the interesting part, and Goovis is also supplying those boxes here, and let's check them out. So here we have the Goovis USB hub. Basically what that thing is doing, you have here this magnetic attachment, we'll talk about that just in a second. It snaps in here and it has two USB connections. This is basically the USB hub, as you can see, and this is a power bank. Really cool system. Now you can charge the power bank here. It has of course an integrated battery. If you check this out, 8,000 milliamp hours is quite huge. And the point of this is that it basically puts in power into the USB connection. Now once you have the glasses connected to your device, you obviously cannot charge it unless you use a hub. The hub basically is powering also the USB connection and also feeds through the video signal. So with this basically you can charge your phone while using the Goovis glasses. But what is this other power bank here? Now this is also basically the same thing. So this is a power bank, so this is interchangeable. But this module right over here is a portable streaming media player. So you can see this thing actually right over here. Now it comes with Android TV, has 4K HDR support, and this is basically a TV dongle with a remote control. Alright, so that's basically it. Now I would say let's test out the glasses with the PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, with the portable media player, and of course with a drone.
You just need to be careful, it doesn't work with all the remote controls, so the remote control needs to support the display output. So depending on your drone, maybe you need to do some research if it works or not, but as you can see, it is pretty cool. Now I can see the video feed from the drone, but also I can just simply look at the drone and avoid accidents, because sometimes if you're flying with FPV glasses only, it can be very dangerous because you don't see your surroundings. But here you have both. I can see the drone and I can look at the screen, and this is pretty awesome for FPV pilots. And it also, oh, Oh! Now guys, the coolest thing is actually playing Nintendo Switch on this device. Now I really love the Nintendo Switch, I love playing on it, but sometimes I don't want to put it in the dock, sit in front of the television. With that you can get a big screen almost everywhere. You can sit in the garden, enjoy the nice weather and also play Nintendo Switch, and let me show you how that works. So you just use the console and the Goovis USB hub. This is also a power bank, so it will charge the Nintendo Switch and power the glasses. And also you need this because the Nintendo Switch needs to be in docking mode to put out an image connection. And once it's connected to the power source, to the Type-C hub, it will actually think it's docked. Then you can take out the controllers and start playing. Honestly, it is pretty cool. I tried various head-mounted displays before, but this one is really sharp. Especially you can also see the whole screen. On some HMDs I have the problem that some outer parts of the screen are not visible, which for gaming really sucks. And we have full HD per eye, so 2 displays basically. We have OLED displays, so they're really sharp. We have nice black levels. It simply just looks amazing, just like the viewfinder of my camera which I'm using, so really sharp. So you can basically connect that to everything that has an HDMI output. Now I have my water-cooled PlayStation 5 right over here. Usually I play on that monitor, but if you want to get something more immersive, a screen directly in front of your face, then you can simply use the headset with the Goovis HDMI to Type-C adapter. Keep in mind this adapter needs power, so you need to connect here a 5-volt USB-C input, because if you have the glasses here connected without any input to HDMI, it will not work. So now we plug in the PlayStation 5. It should actually be on, and let's see if we get an image. And yes, there we go. So PlayStation 5 displaying here. But one of the killer use cases, especially for work, is using this as an additional information screen. I need to open up, for instance, iFixit or some website that helps me to tell me how to take it. Here I have this basically in front of my vision, but at the same time I can look down and I can, for instance, take this laptop apart. So for instance, I'm watching right now a video that tells me on how to take everything out of this notebook, and it's basically some kind of tutorial I can follow. At the same time, I can still see everything. You see, I can even do precision work with the screwdriver while still having that display in front of me and watching the video and following the steps just as I go. And this is what makes this headset really amazing. So guys, we're now here at the end of this video, of this review of the Goovis Art. So far I have to say it's a different HMD approach. Now flip in and you have a really beautiful and crystal sharp screen, but you can still see all the surroundings and do everything. So I think it's a totally different use case. Now I tried out various HMDs over the last years, also VR headsets, but when using them you're in your own world. It's of course more immersive, but everything else, everything around, you're basically cut off. So a total different use case, and if you're looking for that use case, especially also for drone flying, for monitoring video cameras, for instance, my colleague here could wear the glasses and see the video just right in front of his eyes instead of a tiny screen. So there are many use cases. Now, if you want to check it out, I will leave you all the links down below where you can get more information and also the latest price, and you can check out all the bundles, so make sure to check it out. So far I have to say I really enjoyed testing the Goovis Art, and big thanks for watching here until the end. I'm Steven from Tech Magnet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day and bye.